Welcome back everyone, my name is Eltimar and we're going to be continuing our Let's Play of Wrath of the Righteous. Where we left the last time, we were in the Vescavor cave. We are going to fight up against some Gibber, or Vescavor's swarms, I guess. We're going to just start off with a spiked pit, maybe? Actually, I don't think that's going to matter. I think they fly. Gibber is a very annoying ability. I absolutely hate it. It's super irritating to try and get through. Ninio, run away. Oh, you got gibbered, of course. You have to do so many gibber saves that it's just impossible. Who's even awake right now? Regil is. We're still not up. Need Darren to get back up here. So we can heal. He's back up. No, he's not. He's still gibbered? Now he's not. Alright, heal, please, before something dies. I think he got re-gibbered. No, he's doing it. Okay, good. We successfully killed all the gibbery things. Very annoying, but we got them all. And one person is still gibbered for 5 more seconds. Absolutely did not like that. There's an athletics check here, which is going to move some rubble to the side. Let's save before doing that. No problem on the check. And there is a hunter retriever here that we're going to fight. This is a pretty rough thing to fight. We are going to use blur on him. We should have no more group healing things at the moment. Do we even have bless on? Nope. We also have some serious level training that's happened in this group, and we're going to need to rest as soon as we get out of this place. That's fine for now. We'll get there. I'll give you... I'm also going to change my formation really quickly. Regil should not be at the back. Go like this. Sort of like this formation. It's a bit better, I think. Yeah. Okay.
Shall we move?
And we'll get a displacement on you. And then we're going to haste and we're just going to go in and kill it. We're really running low on spells though. Okay, let's quick save. In case this goes badly, move him forward so he's tanking.
Let's have some fun.
And go. And we're missing all of our attacks. Oh no, Regil. Why are you tanking? I wonder if I can move him away before he dies. Oh, because our main character instantly died. How did he die? Oh, we failed a fort save against Irays, immediately got petrified and died. What was the DC on that? DC was 17, we rolled 16. So that was less than good. A fort save will ruin your day. Petrified. And then dead. Try it again.
Shall we move? We shall move. Out of my
It's not that big of a fort save either. We just have to not get killed by it instantly. There we go. This is fine now. Guys are not hitting nearly as much as I was hoping they were going to. It's another Iray. So that didn't kill us, and it died. Hunter Retriever dead. We really need more healing and stuff. Anyways, we got a Retriever's Claw, which is a +2 Cold Iron Dagger that has increased critical multiplier of ×3, which is actually a really nice dagger if you're building a crit build character. And we have an Amulet of Apothecary, which is a +1 natural armor
this way.
thing.
Well, hello there.
That also gives +4 to poison saves?
Am I not?
Yeah, poison saves. We're going to go ahead and rest in the corpse pile. Also, if you might notice, the other Hunter Retriever we could see from this side over here is just up against this wall here, and that's where the Apothecary's thing was. Let's rest this up. We definitely need to rest and then rebuff.
Oh well.
Blah, 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 blah. Healed up. 22 hours of rest, and we are 100% done. We are going to go back out here, and then we'll quickly... Are we encumbered? Feels like we're going really slow. But I mean, we're medium encumbered. That's not that bad.
Wherever my legs carry me.
Alright, let's go see what else. There's a couple more paths to go. I think there's just this one. I think it comes up this way, and then I think we're done with this area. But we do need to quickly rebuff our characters
Fools are made to be
for
broken.
now. We still don't have any restoration spells, but our levels do come back as we rest, so we're only -1 and -1 now. Similarly, we're at negatives, or we're not negative with him anymore, which is always a good thing. Get bless going. You're doing that. You are going to do nothing. Oh yeah, delay poison. Yes, you are. You're gonna delay poison. And you are going to do bark scan.
Only you.
Then you're gonna do blur. Then you're gonna do mage armor. And then blur. And then blur. And then that one on you. And that one on you. That should be good enough for buffs for now. We should be fine. We'll just haste some of the fights. I think there's Glabrezus to... What's with Glabrezus?
Backwards!
No, that's further on, right? Where there's two Vrocks I think they are fighting? I think that's further on. Or is it? It's been a while since I've done this area and I don't recall.
You'll make a fine
There's more Vescavors, that's for sure. Get a haste. That was haste, right? Yes. Haste! Everyone just got... Oh, there's some behind us. This is bad news. This is how we die. Getting gibbered from both sides. Freaking gibber.
I will see to your demise.
Come on. Who's alive? You heal. God, that hurts.
I wonder what lies.
Come on. Let me heal. And there's our main character dead again. Gibber is the stupidest ability. It's constant, too. Like, you have to make multiple will saves every turn. And if you screw up one, then you get confused or paralyzed or whatever. I'm gonna haste before we get into that tunnel. Do not like Gibber at all. Let's get in there.
Blood!
Did everyone just fail their saving throws? I just lost control of half my group. There we go. One's dead. Next one. Two are dead. Go. Next one.
Not an option. Kneel before me.
And we'll just quickly heal. Should be good now. Or not. There we go. Oops. Did not mean to click off my screen.
Rules are made to be broken.
Do the next one? No? Okay, I'll do it again. Alright. Well, let's move on. See if we can not waste this haste. Oh, this is a place with 3 rocks. Sorry, it's 3 rocks, not 2 rocks. This actually might be bad for us. I definitely was not ready for this. What can we do here? This isn't going to work, but... And we're out of haste, I think. So we're going to move everyone forward a little bit. And you're going to move on to this side. Let our main person tank. Rachel is now tanking, apparently, so that's going to be bad. Haste.
Nice try.
Someone, I don't care who. Let's make it happen. Okay, Rachel's down, but there's nothing we can do about that at the moment.
There was a flaw in our tactics.
Where's Rachel? Oh god, we need to heal. You have to heal faster. And now he's dead. Okay, so we need to do that slightly bit differently. Was not... I knew it was... I thought it wasn't quite this cave. Glad that wasn't Glabrezus, but... It is, however, Vrocks. Which means we can do something a little bit different. We're going to try something
You require my unbiased
a little bit
opinion?
more interesting. We're going to improved invisibility him. Get some of that sweet invisibility.
Embrace me.
And on you as well. And then we're going to haste. We're going to send those two in first.
So many thoughts, so little time.
You and you. Nope, you're not coming along. Thank you. One's almost dead. Always god, stupid mirror image off in time. That's very... There we go, he's dead anyways. Next one.
See to your demise.
Stay on this side. And you. Let's get rid of some of these magic mirror images. Done. Get rid of these mirror images as much as possible.
All I see is
Ooh, that hurt.
blackness. I wonder what lies beyond.
For you.
Come on, heal. Okay, there we go. Should be over pretty quick. Done. Alrighty, problem solved. There are several dead people back here. We're still taking damage from spores. It's gonna be a bit. We might have to use some healing to get rid of it, but that's fine. Radiant Kukri +1, and then a bunch of random junk.
Wherever my legs carry
And that's actually
me.
the end of this cave. So we'll just kind of make our way towards the end. And maybe heal up this rock damage, because it's gonna hurt.
Rules are made to be broken.
We might just have to stop for a sec here, pump
the
out a
waiting's
quick
never fun.
heal. We're gonna be at a camp soon-ish, so we don't need to do too much for healing. And we should be fine. What's our level looking like? We're about halfway to next level. It's a bit of a distance still, but that's fine. Lots to do. And now we have our goo for the Dresden fight. However, we do have a big area to do prior to getting to Dresden. Dresden. And Dresden's an entirely different thing. It's a city in Germany, I believe. Also, I remember there's a book series called the Dresden Files, or Dresden Chronicles, which is also pretty interesting. Haven't read them in a long time, but I should get back into those books. They're quite good, as I recall. Anyways, we now have our Vescavor goo for later. We also found a bunch of random junk, but a Hunter's Assurance Composite Shortbow, +3 bleed. That's actually pretty nice. Alright, let's take a look. Who uses composite shortbows? Not you. Do you use composite shortbows? No, you use wicked longbows. Good with those? I mean, does she have any sort of... No, that's not what I was looking for. Class. Any sort of weapon focus yet? Weapon finesse. Yes, point blank shot. Weapon focus longbow. Okay, never mind. How about you? Do you have weapon focus on anything? You have weapon focus longbow. Of course you do. And of course, Darren and Nenio's strengths are both way too low to be able to use bows effectively. They're really only good with crossbows, and even then, it's sort of a mixed bag. So we're not going to bother giving them the short bow. We might just end up selling it or something. Alright, so we have a couple places we can go. The inconspicuous camp's up ahead, but we do have our own little camp here, which I think is very important to go into, because we just took the beating of our lives from a set of Vrocks, and we're running, well, not low on spells, but we don't have a lot of spells. Alright, let's go sell some junk,
What's in wait for me there, I wonder?
and then we'll see what we can do. Wilker Garms. Oh, right. The Quartermaster flashes you his usual grin, but it fades almost immediately. What a march, eh, Commander? I won't forget it, not in a million years. Can't stop shaking whenever I think about Leper's smile. It's a miracle we lost so few back there. The soldiers realized that if you'd made the wrong decision, half the army wouldn't have made it out. They're scared. They're scared things are only going to get nastier from here. What if we held awake? Lit up the bonfires, poured some wine, raised our cups in memory of the fallen. It would do the troops a world of good. We'll commemorate the fallen, give the soldiers some wine, but not enough for them to get smashed. Never, Commander. Everything will be proper, solemn, and with due respect to the fallen. We're mourning the dead, not celebrating a wedding. I do need some morale in my army. It's really bad. We have like some of the worst morale. This is actually a really nice bastard sword that I don't want to sell, but we have no one to use it, so there's no point in keeping it. We're also going to sell this keen composite longbow. That one. I mean, Mind Piercer's a really nice rapier, but Camellia should never be using a rapier. She's not... Well, I mean, okay, that's not true. She can be really good in melee, but... maybe we'll keep it for now and we'll see. We don't have anyone that uses daggers a lot other than Woljif. but he's not in our group. I might keep it for him anyways. We have no one that uses elven blades. And we have nobody that uses heavy maces to the best of my knowledge. It's worth a bunch of money though, so we'll sell it off. What else can we sell? Breastplate. Yeah, breastplate +2. Ooh, the half plate of vigor is actually pretty nice. We can give that to Regil, maybe? I can't remember what his armor is. Let's take a look. And we'll keep that Lady Calandra's shirt for now. It's pretty useful. We have a belt of dexterity we need to throw on someone. We need to give that to a bard, which I think is Sela, who's not going to be in our group, so it doesn't really matter. I don't think we need a we might need a rim protection +1. We'll keep it for now, and we'll keep the other one. Alright, let's take a look at what we have for gear, and we'll quickly just see what we can add on to people. So, we're not going to bother putting Soziels or Wolch's points in for now, or Sela for that matter. They're not going to be coming along in our group. We will put points into them if we have to use them during the Lost Chapel thing, which is definitely going to be coming up soon, and will be a thing we're going to have to pay attention to. So we'll give her that rapier just in case. She can be very useful in melee, Camellia, but largely we'll want to keep her back and shooting with her wicked longbow, which unfortunately we have instead of the short bow, which I think would have been a better choice for her. But unfortunately, I mean, what does she lose? Nothing. She loses her weapon focus thing, right? But she gets bleed and it's a +3 weapon. And if you confirm a critical hit, the enemy suffers a -1 stacking penalty to AC until the end of combat. It's such a good bow that I think it's actually worth just ignoring her weapon proficiency we gave her just to use it. We didn't lose any attack, we didn't gain any attack for it, but what was her other one doing? Critical hit, will save or suffer a curse, -1 to will, 2 to fortitude, 3 to reflex, and yeah, whatever. We'll use the other bow. The bleed is pretty good. Yeah. What does bleed do anyways? Whenever a bleed weapon lands a hit, it makes the target bleed for 1d6 hit points per round. It continues until they receive magical healing or leaves combat. Yeah, so that's just such a good bow, comparatively. We need to check our amulets. He has a silver tongue one, that's fine. To be fair, if she's getting hit, she's going to die. She's at 14 armor class versus 13 armor class isn't going to save her life in any way, shape, or form. Does this actually work on him? It absolutely does. Keep that on him. Okay, Regil, do you have a thingy? Natural armor? Yeah, okay. Use that. Good enough. Dex belt. You already have one. You could wear one. But he's already got something that gives him dex, clearly, because when I put it on, it doesn't change anything. What do you have that's giving you dex? I don't know. Oh, it might be that hunter mark thing. Yeah, animal focus. I think that gives dex, so I guess lucky day, you're getting a new the max dex penalty bonus for the armor is making it so it does increase its armor class. But that's fine, that armor is really quite good. Adamantine +2 full plate is pretty boss. Now if we were to throw this, it's got 0 max dex penalty. It's worse in terms of dex penalty, but +2 con would be a whole new con tier, and might actually be. He would lose 2 armor, and he would gain how many hit points? He'd be at 84 as opposed to 77. It's not worth it. 7 hit points is not worth the loss in AC, I guess. Give him some gloves. I think this is pretty good for him. +2 to persuasion skill checks made to intimidate. In addition, whenever they confirm a critical hit, the enemy suffers a -2 penalty on saving throws against mind-affecting conditions for 2 rounds. Perfectly fine for him. He's already got a ring of protection +1. Apparently raptors can't wear rings of protection +1. That kind of makes sense, I guess. And Nenio doesn't need one. I guess we'll give it to her. Done. Cool. Next we're ready to go. Let's go rest, and then we'll head out. We're going to quickly talk to C... Oh, yes, I know all about max dex penalty bonuses. I literally just explained it, kind of. So max dex penalty bonus is... Or max dex bonus penalty is the maximum amount that it'll contribute to your armor class. So. Yeah, it's hard to believe your origin is so humble. You deserve a noble title more than many who inherit them. Earbeth's cheeks blush a little. Thank you, Commander. It's an honor to hear that, especially from you. Every noble family begins somewhere. You must have heard the story from the stolen lands in the River Kingdoms. Just imagine coming from nowhere and making it all the way to a royal crown in just a few years. Sometimes I wonder what would happen if I managed to distinguish myself somehow, but then I push away such unworthy, selfish thoughts. Of course, we don't fight for rewards, the fate of the world is at stake, and yet, Erebus blush deepens and she falls silent. I have to go. Let's get a rest and let's go. We're gonna head off to some other questing type things. And we definitely need to rest.
Why?
Really quickly. Leaving our Soziel and other people alone, because who cares? We will probably have to use them when we go up the tower, or the chapel, but that's not for now. Alright, so we have the inconspicuous camp and the underground hideout to reach. We'll do the inconspicuous camp first. This is where we're going to meet a kobold friend, I believe. I don't know. Since we had a friendly encounter. Krennic! The aged kobold sitting by the campfire greets you with an amicable gesture. He doesn't reach for his weapon or hiss threateningly. All in all, his behavior is highly unusual for one of his kind. His clothes look quite unusual too. Not many kobolds opt for human clothing, nor do they adorn their possessions with spikes or scales. Greetings, my name is Krennic. I'm all alone here, so you may safely come closer. He speaks smoothly without the usual kobold hissing. Moving slightly aside, the kobold points to a carcass of a small animal on a stick roasting over the fire. Dinner will be ready soon. Kobolds are a rather courteous lot, it would seem. I never expected to receive an invitation to dinner from one of your kind. As a guest, rather than a dish, that is. I didn't exactly invite you, Count. My intention was addressed to the commander, but sit down, help yourself. Beyond the walls of your fancy mansions, you'll find surprises far more unusual than my humble self. A kobold? I met them underground, small, weak, sneaky, worthless in face-to-face combat, but they love setting snares and shooting you in the back. This one seems smarter than the others, and he talks well. But that must mean the trap he's laid out is an especially devious one. Be careful, Master, don't go near him. Better to shoot him from a distance. Who are you? As I've already mentioned, my name is Krennic, at your service. The kobold offers a short bow, an unusual gesture for one of his kind to make. As a rule, kobolds do not express their respect to anyone other than dragons. I'm a traveler and a friend to the crusade. I can be your friend too, if you're tolerant towards kobolds. Krennic utters the word tolerant with shocking ease, as if he is something other than the narrow-minded and savage subterranean beast you expect him to be. Kobolds are infamous for worshipping dragons and despising all other races, and few of them would even understand the concept of tolerance, let alone subscribe to it. Wait, what did you say? Tolerant? Are you sure you're a kobold? Ah, so you saw through my disguise. Krennic tried to mislead you with sweet words and then ambush you. The kobold utters a loud hiss, which then morphs into an amused chuckle. Of course I'm a kobold, trust me. You're not the first to be shocked after hearing me speak and realizing that I'm not going to rob or kill you. I'm lucky. If representatives of other races want to be seen as intellectuals or decent conversationalists, they have to read a lot of books, refine their manners, possess a passing knowledge of classical theater, and douse themselves in fine perfume. Whereas in my case, all I have to do is not lunge at you with a spear or hiss every other word. Was it you who left me that note? The kobold shrugs. Of course, who else could it be? I wanted to make sure you were interested in the information I can provide. I nod at the bonfire. What are you cooking? Judging by its ears and hind legs, it's a hare. The kobold casts a dubious glance at the animal's mouth, which boasts a set of huge teeth, or maybe it's a tiger. Depends on your point of view, I suppose. Don't try to be cute, kobold. It doesn't suit you. You ninny. I'm as charming as they come. What do you want from me? I want nothing from you. I'm asking for nothing. I'm simply offering help. I sympathize with your cause, so I'd like to provide you what support I can from time to time. Does that work for you? The kobold stops and looks at you expectantly. How exactly can you help me? With advice mostly. Throughout my life, I've seen a lot, and a piece of timely advice can be extremely valuable, don't you agree? Of course, if your advisor is a kobold, the merits are not so obvious, but you're in luck. This kobold right here has extensive knowledge of a variety of matters which you might find useful someday. After some thought, he nods towards the campfire. One more thing I have to offer is this hair after it's cooked. How do you know so much about demons? Krennic gives you a long and heavy look. I've had some experience with them. I don't want to go into details right now. All I'm saying is that after a rather short, and not even hostile encounter with them, I stopped eating meat for several years. What's the catch? No catch? I'm acting for wholly altruistic reasons, but my motives are something I would rather not reveal. Krennic turns his face to you, and his wrinkles become more visible in the glow of the fire. We just met 5 minutes ago. Don't you think it's too early to expect complete candor just yet? As I've already told you, I am a friend of the crusade. You can choose to trust me, or you can leave. I offer help and ask for nothing in return, so the question is simple. Will you accept the claw of friendship from a stranger, or is your distrust stronger than your need for help? Alright, thank you. We would appreciate any help. Seems pretty dubious, but we'll see. Krennic nods agreeably, then we have a deal. You won't regret your decision. Just drop by my camp every now and then, so we can have a word. Perhaps I'll be able to give you some useful tips. Pulling out a small knife, the traveler carefully cuts off 2 strips of meat from the roasted hare. He throws one into his toothy maw, while graciously offering the other to you. A strange animal for sure, but it seems edible. The energies of the world wound mask everything in illusion. Harmless-looking animals trying to eat you for dinner. Dangerous paths appear to be straight roads, and your enemies, sometimes your enemies, can look like your friends. Krennic squints and looks deeply into your eyes. Have you been in a situation like this? First you think a person is your friend and ally, but then the scales fall from your eyes and you realize they're actually your sworn enemy. So you catch this person, you tie them up, and then you start thinking, how should you treat them now? Like your enemy? Like your former friend? It's hard to decide. What would you do if one of your friends turned out to be a traitor? I'd try and find out what would force the traitor to reveal the truth about the real masters, then do whatever that is. The kobold grins. What if you have to threaten them with the deaths of their family, or what if you have to grant mercy to someone truly despicable? You don't have to answer. I can tell by your eyes that you're willing to do whatever it takes. And that is correct. If you catch a villain, don't rush to put a noose around their neck. First, learn everything they have to tell you. As for principles and morality, you better stuff them into your deepest pocket, and don't bandy about them without good reason. I liked your answer. You obviously think with your head and don't just parrot the instruction of others. Then again, if we're discussing traitors, it's fortunate that betrayal is not reserved for mortals alone. Demons stab each other in the back far more frequently. The rumor is that there are at least 2 demon stashes within Dresden, filled with arms and supplies that were stored by Discarites from Baphomets, and vice versa. One of them is near the entrance to the fortress, the other lies at the entrance to the citadel. Where did you learn that? Gossip, hearsay? The world is an ocean of chatter, and I am a skilled fisherman. Well, that is valuable information. Of course it is, I wouldn't waste your time. Cracking his knuckles, Krennic gives you an inquisitive look. I hope that when the time comes for you to make real decisions instead of hypothetical ones, your wisdom won't fail you. Just one bad choice can turn a revered leader into a disgraced pariah. I've seen it happen before. I've lived through something like that. My tribe suffered a disaster caused by just one bad choice. Can you even imagine? The kobold squints sadly, his shoulders slumping a bit. With a sigh, he begins to talk. I don't like telling this story, but it might be useful for you to know it. Perhaps it will serve as a warning. Go for it. Krennic clears his throat and starts talking in a sonorous voice that reveals his experience as a bard. I was born into the mighty and proud tribe of the Night Ruby. Our caves were vast, our mine shafts were rich in quartz and metals, and our underground lakes were brimming with fish, and of course, we had plenty of slaves. The Night Ruby was a model of kobold success. It was a tight-knit, greedy, and aggressive tribe that intimidated and even a few of the nearby human settlements. But there was a flaw underlying our power. Once long ago, our leader of a tribe signed a pact with devils, promising them the soul of every tribe member in exchange for help and prosperity. Since then, every new All-Watcher had to agree to the pact, and the power of the tribe grew, as did the number of lost souls. It was like that until our leader, Ermac, came to power. She was a principled and proud elder who didn't want to bend the knee to hell, so she refused to sign the pact, and all kinds of calamities befell our tribe. The tribe was attacked by its neighbors. At the devil's instigation, epidemics broke out. Then our slaves rebelled. They came after their former masters in the dead of night. Our clutches of eggs were ravaged, our altars were desecrated, and our warriors were slain in their burrows. The slaves made us pay for all our cruelty and arrogance. They hunted us, chased us down through the caves and mine shafts level by level. When we were finally left alone, we had no idea where we were. All we saw around us was darkness, and lurking in that darkness were bloodthirsty and dangerous predators. After raising his voice dramatically, Krennic suddenly stops. Then he adds with a teasing smile, I think this moment is enough of a cliffhanger to stop here. I'd like to know more about you. I'm flattered. But what's so special about me? I've never accomplished any feats on the battlefield, I don't know any special crafts, and I don't even belong to an exotic species. I don't have the slightest idea what you'd find interesting about me. Who are you? He's Krennic, and he's a traveler and friend of the Crusade. We already know that. What do you do? I'm a traveling bard. And can already foresee your next question. How does a bard who also happens to be a kobold manage to earn a living? All the civilized races on Avestan know that when you encounter a kobold, the best course of action is to smash his skull, trample it with a horse, and then burn the remains just in case. While the prejudice that, civilized peoples have regarding my kind is quite understandable. Our infamy as robbers and murderers is more than deserved. So just imagine the spectacle of any tavern when an articulate kobold in decent clothes show up, offering to share a story or two for a few coins and a mug of ale. I assure you, no matter how big of a deal you are here, if we drop by any tavern in Endorphin, all eyes will be on me. I'm an exotic oddity. Why'd you decide to come to here, to the World Wound? I just don't like it when the residents of the lower planes get involved in the lives of mortals. I firmly believe that we don't need any advisors to help us in our own affairs, and we need overlords even less. You're different. So you're expecting this stupid kobold to praise dragons and boast about his exploits? Krennic grins mischievously. My life has given me many opportunities to communicate with beings from other races, so I found a common language with them. No more questions. I have a question about demons. You mentioned you know a lot about them. My humble knowledge is at your disposal. What is the demon's main weakness? It's the fact that they are hostages to their own nature, and by nature, demons are just a bunch of mad apes, a grotesque parody of ordinary chaos. You don't need to make a bunch of apes angry, you just give one of them a banana and arm the other with a stick. They'll kill each other without your direct intervention. How do you know so much about demons? We already went into that. Do you know anything about the wounds inflicted by demons that first appear, then disappear, and then later reappear again? Do I need to resort to platitudes such as the weirdest tricks can be expected from demons, or can I just skip that part? Never heard of anything like you're describing, but new sorts of nasty stuff appear in the world wound every day. However, if you think about it some more, don't you think this wound doesn't cause enough trouble to be something don't you think that this wound doesn't cause enough trouble to be something the demons did to you on purpose? When you're hit by magic of the abyss, you know instantly that death is coming your way, and fast. Everything is clear to me now. It's a bold statement. I'd like to hear the story of your travels. It's a long one. Which part would you like to know? Well, Jerry talked about the tribe. Not going to talk to him about that anymore. Have you heard about my unusual powers? I've heard you're either extremely lucky, or quite the opposite. You survived the massacre in Canabris just to spearhead a new suicide mission. On the other hand, you survived then, and it's most likely you'll survive now. Good luck in this noble endeavor. Goodbye.
Trail me.
He's such a cool little kobold. And we found some elven notes. Those are important for when we talk to the storyteller again. I don't think he's around anymore, though, for a while. I think we had to deal with him later. Let's get out of here, and I think that's going to be the end of our video. We're actually pretty close to being out of time, so in the next one we'll head up. But in the meantime, really quickly, we're going to hire some dudes. What's in our army right now? We got... Can we even hire any rangers? No. We can hire clerics. Do we have clerics? Okay, we can hire clerics. We'll hire everything but the Hell Knights for now. It's not that I don't want the Hell Knights. They're really good, actually, but we just don't have any place in our army for them at the moment. I guess we could replace the rangers with them, but we'll deal with that later. This army is not going to be able to reach the other army. Not even close. There's a level 3 army there we could probably kill. What's our... This is armies of the Dwarven people. That's our main army. This is an army of Hell Knights. So we're going to move the army of Hell Knights just to kind of chill up here by Leper's Smile, I guess. We're not going to be able to join it in just yet. This army can move 40, and I think we can take on that level 3 army with no problem. Can we make it? We can definitely make it. Alright. We must do a little bit of the army stuff, and then we'll call it here. So we got a bunch of Brimracks and a couple of soldiers. Brimracks are immune to fire, so we're going to have to rely on our archers and soldiers to kill them. That being said, we can just, you know, shoot the other ones with fire. It's going to be 6. Wait. No, it doesn't matter. They're not going to make it to us. 4, 9, 9. Alright, let's just get rid of those. Our soldiers should be able to shoot that one. These will be in range next turn, I believe. Yeah. Oh, we got a morale bonus there. It's like the first time our team's had a morale bonus. Yes. Smack that one. Didn't die, of course. Move you up to try and make you tank. 1 damage on our... or 1 kill for our archers. Cleric is taking the hits. That's fine. We could heal him up, but there's no point. We have very little... Good bless on our people. Shoot that one. That did not do as much damage as I had hoped. Can I wait with you? Yes. That was probably a waste, but we want our bowmen to be bowing. Always be bowing. Okay, we got 2 and 5 left. Grit. It's only 2 mana anyways. That's funny. And that's the end of the fight. Emperor Murack's dead. No casualties. And we got some materials and energy points. Cool beans. Moving this army back. We can't take on the level 7 one yet. It's a little bit too tough. So we'll move all the way up here next turn, I think. Yeah, that'll be fine. For now, though, I'll leave you guys here. Like always, if you have any suggestions or comments, please leave them below. We'll see you next time. Take care.